Hey guys, welcome to Steve's Fishing Channel once again. This is part 3 of my float making, cork float making. I've just finished painting this one and I've done the eye already on this one. Super glue's a little bit tacky still. But now I need to do this one. I put a couple of paints, coats of paints on this one. Still a bit wonky on the paint, but you'll have to do. I was actually going to put like an orange or a lime green like line over there, but it kept kind of like messing up, so I kind of just wiped it off and left it. So what I need now then is another eye, which I've got. This is from my safety clip, and I've cut the top off. And now what I need is to push that down, and I'm going to start off. I can feel it's still a little bit tacky actually, because I've just got paint on my hands. So I'm just going to actually eye this one. You see it's still tacky on this one, don't know why. It doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's good enough. And you can see it's going on quite nicely. I've got a little tip about getting paint off your hands, and I'll tell you that later, if I remember. So I'm only going about quarter way, halfway. Okay, so that's about it. I'm actually going to cut that off there, like so. And now I need a bit of white cotton. Now this is where the fun bit begins. So you make an eye in your white cotton. Find the end of the black and you thread that through the white eye. And pull the eye up to the top, like so. So it's like that. And then with the rest of the black cotton, just finish off turning that around. You only need to do 3 or 4 turns, and then you get the white and just pull that through. It should come through. If it ain't coming through, just unwind a little bit, because I've probably done too many turns. You only need 2 or 3 turns actually. There we go. It's just coming through. And with the excess, just turn that around. And then what I'll do is I'll just do the final knot, single knot, and just pull that tight. With the rest, it's up to you if you want to turn it around or not. I don't bother. I just get the super glue. Oops. And then just tack I just like spread a bit of glue down the rest, like so. And then with the excess, just snip it off. And there's your eye done. And then what you can do is stick that like so. Now, if you still get paint, then the best thing I found to get paint off your hands, apart sometimes soap and water, get a baby wipe. It does matter if the paint's dried into your fingers. Just get a wipe and just rub it off. And there we go. And not does it only just like get the paint off, makes your hands all nice and smooth and fresh. There we go. So best thing to do is let that dry off for a few minutes, and then I've either got the clear varnish, which dries within 30 minutes, or I've got the waterproof varnish, and I'm actually going to use both. I'm going to use the clear varnish first, let it dry off, and then in 30 minutes time I'm going to actually use the yacht varnish, which takes at least 12 hours to dry off, and that gives it like that stain kind of effect. And then hopefully that should be dried off by Friday, and then I can tuck that away in my tackle box and take it out and test it out while fishing. So I need a new paintbrush. I think there was one up there actually. There's a thicker one somewhere. Okay, so I've got this one, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use one of these, which actually costs 95p in the pound shop. Not the pound shop. 95p in Home Base. You can see Home Base. So the next kind of thing I do need is another barbecue stick. You can get like barbecue sticks. You can get sticks like this, painted green. You get 60 for £1, or you get like 130 barbecue sticks for £1 in the pound shop. I'm actually going to be making some floats with these later. And I also got this other little float I need to finish off. It kind of worked the other day when I tested it out, but not all that good. But we'll finish it off and give it another go. So you'll also need a bit of tissue, by the way. Yeah, I'll put this away. Now, another thing I want to say, right, is that in the pound shop you can get super glue, but they're in a blue container, a blue colour thing like this. Do not get those ones, because as soon as you open it, within about half an hour, you can't get the lid off, and the glue inside is completely hardened up. If you're going to get any glue, super glue, check around for these particular ones. You can get these in the Poundland as well. Get about 6 of these for £1. Or you can get these ones, which I would not advise you to get, because they're the ones I think that actually kind of like dry up. Or you can get these ones, And these ones are actually on the actual cardboard paper that these came on. These were actually like recommended by Tommy Walsh. So get the yellow ones, the toolbox version. See, these are Tommy Walsh. It's actually got Tommy Walsh on there. It doesn't say it on this one, but on the actual paper wrapping it said Tommy Walsh. Oh, actually, this one says Tommy Walsh as well. So yeah, the other one was like all blue, completely not blue and black. It's all pure blue. I would show you one if I had one, but I don't have another one. I threw them away because they just kept drying up. Oh yeah, paintbrush and stick. Right, so I'm going to use the clear varnish first. Need something to open it with. I'll use my scissors. So the clear varnish is actually like white inside. By the time you paint it on, it does come a bit clearer. Now, some people probably wash their brush before they use it, but I don't. So move that out of the way. So where's the first one? We're going to do this one. So we're going to use this one first. You don't need to varnish the little bead like I put on, but before I start using it, give it a bit of a stir quickly. Now this one sometimes I've noticed have little bits in it, so I don't know, that's because it's the way it's made, but it's always best to make sure that when you start varnishing you don't have a lot of bits on it. So I'm going to hold the eye first, and I'm just going to paint around here. And let's start on. I'm just gently like painting it, so I don't want to be smudging and taking off the paint again. You could always just dip it in like I have sometimes, but I'm just going to do it this way. Oops, a bit too much there. Just like do like a turn. Like so. Try not to do it too hard because, as I say, it might start making the paint start getting wet and smudging, and then just paint down this side. Make sure you get on the top as well. Yeah, it's just started to make the red paint a little bit damp because I've got the red on my brush. But it does do that, just wipe your brush off on a bit of paper, tissue paper. I'm going to pour a bit of varnish on the eye cotton thread. Try not to get the varnish inside the eye, because otherwise you're going to have to somehow dig it out. You can actually give this 2 coats if you wish to, if you're using this clear varnish. I probably might do it 2 before I put the other varnish on. I'm a little bit concerned about this one because I don't think the red paint has dried off properly. No, it hasn't, you can see. So I'm going to leave the red for a little bit. Just concentrate on the black. And before you actually varnish this, if you wanted to, you could try and scroll your name on it. I'm not worried about putting my name on. I'll lose them. I will be making more anyway, a bit later. Because the paint, the red's still a bit damp, I'm just going to ease it on. Kind of tap it on. And it's still kind of wet. Just turn that around. Just do the eye. And there we go. Got that one there. Let that dry off. In about half an hour, 3/4 an hour, I'll do another coat. Let that dry off, and then I'll finish it off this one. I won't be doing any more videos on this particular float because it's already been done and finished with now, these 2. All I've got to do is wait for them to dry, as I say. And with your brush, just stick it in the water there. I'm going to go and give that a quick rinse out actually, and then let them soak in some fresh water. And later on tonight, I'll actually put some white spirit in that glass and give them a bit of a soaking overnight. So there we go, guys. That's the 3rd and final part. As I say, I finished them. All I've got to do now is wait half an hour, 35-40 minutes. It says 30 minutes on here, but I'll give them back 10-15 minutes more extra. Put a second coat on, and after the second coat, give that about another 45 minutes, and then later use this yacht one. The yacht one is like a lot darker, and you can see now. So it's more kind of a stain, kind of varnish as well. So it's not just normal varnish, it's like a stain varnish. I've used that on some of my floats before. I think I might have 1 or 2 in here still, I'm not sure. So this is my quill, which I varnished with that yacht varnish. And you've seen there's a nice little bit of stain on that one. And these are the first ever wooden ones I've made. And that wood was like white, but after putting a couple of coats of that yacht varnish on, you can see it's like a browny colour. And these actually still do work, these little floats. So they were the first ones I ever made. And I thought, like, you know, this year, because I started doing fishing again, be interested to start doing some more float making. I'll probably spend about over £100 on buying bits and pieces, like, you know, a new Dremel, no, that box which I've just picked up, paints, paint brushes, varnish, super glue, fishing tips, barbecue sticks. Still waiting on, would you believe, corks. I've emailed the person and she's been rude enough not to email me back. But yeah, you know, like cane, I bought a load of cane sticks and willow sticks. These cane ones I'm going to be working on, but I've realised that with cane floats, they can be a little bit heavy, and if you don't put on the right amount of float split shot, it can either sink or it doesn't pop up enough to see the actual tip. So, you know, you need to keep mucking around, putting different types of split shot on for it to like be up enough to see it in the water, but not too heavy enough for it to sink. So cane can be a little bit of a problem while doing floats. I would advise you to use willow, because willow is more kind of lighter and buoyancy. And you know, I did use a willow float the other day, and it works pretty well. So this is one of the willow ones I've already made. I need to varnish that one as well. But I'm not going to put the clear one on. I'm going to just stick on the yacht one later on. And I'll put a little tip on. You can get these tips on eBay. I think it's about 25 for about £5 or something. So yeah. And I'll get to finish off this one. I'll probably do that one tomorrow. I'm not in no rush to make this one. I'll finish this one off that quickly. Needs to be repainted black and red instead of orange, because, like, you know, this orange or orangey green, it doesn't look quite good. So I'm going to have that all black and red, like that one. But this one, you can see there's not too much red on that one, but you shouldn't see enough of it in the water. And you can see that one, there's more black than red, but you can definitely see the red on that one. Well, cheers for watching. I'll give you an update on the floats later on, and I will be doing some more cork ones. I'm going to try and make them a bit thinner, but not as fat, you know, kind of thing. I'm going to work on this one tomorrow, make that thinner and get rid of that damage there, and make that into a decent enough float. And I need to finish off this one as well. So thanks for watching. Ciao for now. Bye bye.